This morning on Tuesday, it looked like Apple Music rolled out their 2025 Apple Music replay for all of their users. If you guys have watched me for the last couple of years, I've made similar streams and videos like this where I react to my stats I got this entire year. I have not been checking it month to month that Apple does offer, so I have really no clue what's gonna happen. I do have some stats from last year as I was just looking back at that video, and it looked like I had 76,000 minutes. We'll see if I can beat that this year. I listened to 5.3k songs. Phobie d'Impulsion from Glaive was my top track. Leroy kind of, had most of the other top tracks there, and F1 Trillion was my album of the year. I was listening to a lot of hip hop, of course. I expect that to be my top genre, but Drake was my top artist last year, so see what I get. I'm gonna jump right into this first reaction. Let me know who you guys got down in the comments below. I'm gonna do another video reacting to my viewers' Spotify Wraps, Apple Music replays, and everything in the next day. But first, before I jump into things, like, comment, and subscribe. Please join the Frosty Flock on Discord and Twitch. I'll be active on all my social media and everything. I'll be live after this video goes posted, actually. Okay, like I said, here we go. Let's jump in. Hopefully it plays music and everything, although I might stop the copyright and everything if it does start playing. Let's see, we get highlight reel. Oh, low-key, I'm just gonna keep it muted. Looks like it was playing some JB though. Woo! Alright, let's run it back. I got 72k minutes. I was just under last year. I must have been podcasting a little bit more this year. I honestly have more sports shows and stuff. That makes sense to fall asleep to at night. A new artist rose to the top. Is it Yeat? Is it Yeat? Yeah, I kind of figured it was gonna be Yeat. That was my guess when I was really thinking hard. 3,100 minutes, which last year with Drake I had 4.9k. So that's quite interesting, but that would make sense with Yeat's catalog. I did a huge video, probably the best video on the main channel is a Yeat video at this point. Yeah, my other guess was like Leroy could potentially be up there. His music is just always in my rotation so much. I had figured that maybe Trippy, Juice, and those guys were a few spots back. We'll look at kind of what I have in the rest of my top 5 in a moment. Okay, every single month. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Wow, this is kind of crazy. I see a couple shockers. January, Central C, that's when he dropped his album. February, The Weeknd, that makes sense. Playboi Carti in March, I love it. That's when all these great projects and great moments happen. April is Ken Carson. I love how every month is like so different. Morgan Wallen's album must have dropped. It has a lot of songs on it, but I didn't think I was playing that much Morgan Wallen this year. If anything, I feel like I've played him less than the last couple years. Really, it could be a toss-up of anything because we get Lil Wayne in June, and I feel like I did so much shuffle play this year. I mean, I was bumping my top albums and everything, but Future didn't drop this year. I don't have Metro on here. I don't have Gunna on here or anything like that this year. But we do get Justin Bieber in July. In September, he had the Swag albums 1 and 2. That makes sense. And actually, the fact that Yeat is only August is surprising. I would think maybe he snuck in there one other time, but Glaive made it in October. His album was amazing. That fully makes sense to me. And Carti, yeah, with the Antagonist tour, I was playing a lot of Carti. That makes sense. And with November, I feel like has been probably the most random month of music for me. And I'm also catching up on releases, and I'm like going back and just looking at the year we've had to get ready for the end of the year list. And so, Carti's been one of those artists for me. 6.4k songs, which is more than last year. I had 5.3k. But yeah, I'm excited to see my top songs. Really, I See You Baby Boy, 51 plays. Wow, so low. I am used to my top songs. I mean, I can understand with the variety of music I feel like I react to and listen to. I didn't know what my top track was going to be, but I just played I Am Music enough. And yeah, I've always said that's one of my top tracks on there, and that was my grail that I needed to drop going into it. Yo, that's a valid number 1. I'm a lot more happy with that than last year. Obviously, when songs drop earlier on in the year, then it helps it out. 1,072 albums, which is double last year, basically. I'm really proud of that one, and I feel like I've been trying hard on the reactions. Swag 2, wow. And you know what? I think that is counting both Swag 1 and 2 because they're on the same album, I'm not gonna lie. Which does make the album have like 44 tracks or something ridiculous. And I started to do a big review for that. I ended up scrapping that video, but obviously Justin has played a good amount this year. He was, man. I enjoyed those projects so much. I mean, expect, definitely more talk about those in the end of the year list. Each genre, 2024, genre stayed on top, hip hop. I mean, I'm a hip hop YouTuber. This is what I listen to most of the time. You can see the Ken Carson, Carti covers, Senj, Yeat. But yeah, that's my Apple Music replay. Let's look at the rest of my top, 5s and everything. Yeat was my top this year. I'm really proud of that. He had to be at some point. He's risen to one of my favorite artists, so I love that. And to round out the rest of my top 5, again, Yeat was at 3.1K. Cardi got second this year with 2.9K. Keep in mind, I was very surprised. Cardi did not make my top 15 last year. Obviously, we had a drought with no album, but I didn't have Uzi in there and stuff like that last year. I don't know what was wrong with me. Drake, who was my number 1 last year, goes down, back down to 2.8K minutes, stays in the top 5. Abel dropped, I've been saying this, a top album all year. Love playing his music more and more as I continue to get older. And keep in mind, that's an artist, I don't even know his first couple albums in his older catalog. I still gotta dive into that. Justin Bieber, we expected that. I love that Logic made it really high up there again. Logic's always been one of my goats, if you don't know this. He was probably one of the first rappers I was ever a fan of. Trippie got 1.5K minutes. He stays in my top 10. Love to see Tekka up there. He continues to improve every year. Bob Dylan, let's go. You know, I saw the GOAT live this year, and he's almost 90, and it was kind of crazy, and it was not even a great concert at all. But the fact that I got to do that is amazing. I just got so much into his music, and obviously Timothée Chalamet a year ago did a whole, movie biography about him and everything. Young Thug jumps up like 5 spots this year. Ken Carson, same thing. He finally made it into my top 15. I definitely listen to him consistently more than Lone the last couple years. Leroy's all the way back at 12? What are we doing? There's no way that's real. I don't know why that took me so long to actually react to that and figure that out. Why is Leroy not higher? I am so shocked by that. I consistently go back to his music, his albums so much. He's consistently been my favorite artist, like, since quarantine. Future, Sense, Travis to end it off, though. That makes sense. They've been on my list the last few years. Everyone gets over 1K minutes, so that's dope at least. And then my top song, is I See You Baby Boy. Daisies being in the top 10 makes absolute sense, but very low plays. I'm very used to 100 plays on all this stuff. Daisies had to be up there. Died Trying, I'm kind of surprised, but yeah, it comes on in rotation. This obviously dropped in February. Dark Thoughts with Tekka is one of the songs of the year, no doubt. Niagara Falls, that makes sense. That's the top off the Weeknd's album. So many great tracks on there. F on My DJ. Like, I knew it was going to be up there, but that's still crazy. I'm so shocked by my such low numbers. Like, was it not tracking? I don't know. Is it not tracking when I listen to things on my PC when I'm like on stream and stuff? I'm not sure, but 30 for 30. Kind of a shocker it made it in there, but I did see Kendrick and SZA on tour this year. My vlog got deleted. Honestly, glad she had a song in there. Enjoy the show. Hurry Up Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm glad there's so much of that album. Wow, I might actually have to blur that Trippie cover out. He got the face on there. Ian Dior made it in there. Rather Lie. Very, very dope stuff. And then to finish out the top 15, All I Want Is You, Feel No Ways, Give Me a Hug. The plays are all very, very close on all this stuff. And it makes sense with my constant rotated playlist I have. Top albums, like it said, Swag 2. I feel like this is combining the albums. I'm very impressed by the 1900 minutes, especially over, the IM music, over the Hurry Up Tomorrow. I'm kind of shocked at either of those not really being first, but some Sexy Songs for You. Drake kept it in rotation. Sench, More Chaos made it all the way up to 6. Kind of shocked at that, but the albums came around to me, and I definitely am not, overly harsh on the album. I am so shocked. I must have sleep streamed the Morgan Wallen album too much. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I mean it's the biggest reaction I've actually done on my second channel. But I mean the album's fine, but I would be brutally honest with you guys if I was bumping that much. But I really am shocked that that is that high. I think that is wrong. Dopamine. The Crooks, hell yeah. But the Crooks 2 and the Deluxe over the first part, I think is wrong. I think it's combining the streams of both albums here. Y'all already being in the top 10 makes sense. I'm really shocked by SOS. Again, it could be combining the main album, because I did love the main SOS so much. Yeat 2093, there could be some Yeat stuff a little bit higher. Wait. Where is A Dangerous Summer? What are we doing? How is that not on my number 1? That is the shit I was streaming all year. Since that has been dropped, I cannot put that down. I mean, it's one of my top projects this year. If Dopamine's up there and The Weeknd, how is Gunna making it on here? Okay, something is wrong. My Yeat streams did not track or something, because I promise you, I played this album more than all of these, at least. It should have been top 5, at least. Okay, hip hop's verse, pop, alternative, R&B, rap. Very interesting how they always separate some of the categories, like hip hop, rap. But yeah, that's kind of my Apple Music replay in the breakdown and everything. And then once again, just to compare, it looks like it brought this up at the end. I'll have to start bumping my replay stuff tomorrow when I'm at work and everything. Like I said, I'm gonna react to your guys' Spotify Wrapped and your guys' submissions when you guys send them in on social media, send them in on my Frosty Flock Discord and all of that. I'm gonna react to them Wednesday on stream. All right, let me know in the comments what you guys think of my Apple Music replay. I thought it was pretty good this year. I feel like I'm happier with it compared to last year, if that makes sense. It definitely had more diversity in the artists and just kind of the rotation I had and everything. I'm so shocked. I think it's so wrong that A Dangerous Summer from Yeat was not on there. I think that is incredibly wrong. And I would even argue that Lifestyle from Yeat from late last year could even made it its way into the top 15 with me streaming Yeat so much. Again, let me know, in the comments again as well, what you guys got as your top artists and songs. Send those in tomorrow on Wednesday to be a part of the show. More videos on the way. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for watching to the end of this video. I have so much exciting stuff planned for the end of the year, December and January. You're not going to want to miss it. Please subscribe to both channels. More reactions on the way. Going live on Twitch right now. Go follow me there and join that. And yeah, catch you guys soon. Peace.